the money is going to be
It's gonna start
flooding in.
Ba-doo, ba-doo,
Please
ba-doo,
donate
ba-doo, ba-doo.
Buddha bless, no stress. Try to spare, no stress. We Buddha bless, no stress. That deck make I and I check a crank, point blank. Make them walk the plank, them put the news around them on that. Then yank, shake off them hanks. ENMC shake, Bruce the bandit, track scandalous. Bush, we having it. Moving progress, moving progress, moving progress, moving progress. Don't put that in there, put it right in them chest. Buddha bless, Ganda, alien stress. Jawless, don't get tired vex. Big up, respect, will stand next to I and I. Air lights, be like, see like, trumpet spade, upgrade, purple dragon, pop, make one. Way beyond for the dimension with red drum and drum. Be calm, just gesture, pump on, we bum bum, burn my racist blow. Blue steady sound, stomp on, stomp on, rump on, stomp on, rump on, rump on, rump on, rump on, city, stomp on, rump on. Do the bless, no stress, try to spare,
City Bandit.
no stress, we move the bless, no stress. That deck make I and I check a quick point blank. Make them walk the plank, them put the news around them on that. Then yank, shake off them hanks. ENMC shake, Bruce the bandit, track scandalous. Bush, we having it.
Empty out them pockets, empty out their pockets. Every little cent on that dang sticky cess. The blessed to the chest, take the mind and all the rest. Spending every little cent on that dang sticky cess. Smoke filled the lab, get a slab of that funk. I'm smashed off that ash, sitting smelling like a skunk. Cause from the PU ain't no fool, don't take him as a punk. Trout and spade one year, we just some Buddha monks in the dead zone, waiting for a call on the red phone. Fukushima mind zone, filling up the ozone. Chop the gray matter, save the head, serve it on a platter like a fine wine full of grime, filling up your bladder. My piss hits the street, put your goddamn fire out, fucking up your kicks and pouring down your rain spout. Now you wet, you a mess from this fly record sound. Splash, there it is. Now we flood the whole damn town.
Do the bless, no stress, try to spare, no stress. We move the bless, no stress. That deck make I and I check a crank, point blank. Make them walk the plank, them put the news around them on that. Then yank, shake off them hanks. ENMC shake, Bruce the bandit, track scandalous. Bush, we having it, Mike still grabbing it. We straight blasting it, MC crapping shit, built to last in it. Trap and spare while we straight mashing it, crashing it, blasting it, crashing it. Bruce City Bandits. Trap and spade, one.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are now tuned in to RiverWestRadio.com, and we are about to bring you New Word Document, hosted by Troutski and Smasher, Fridays, 9 to 11 p.m. And here's your hosts, Troutski and Smasher.
Yeah. What up, Milwaukee? This is the New Word Document radio program. Hope y'all doing fine. We got Smasher back in the studio this week. What's up with you?
Not a whole lot. I got to see Niagara Falls. I appreciate you for doing a great show with Frankie Latino.
Thank you.
That was a really great show.
We'd like to thank him again, actually. That was great.
Yeah. Thank you, Frankie.
Thank you, Frankie.
Yeah, come back. Yeah, it was great.
Anytime. So what did you do up there in Niagara Falls? Did you jump into it? In a barrel?
They have warning signs telling you not to do that.
Oh, okay.
So I listen to every sign, as you know. So I don't do it. But, we went to Toronto. We checked it out. I really liked Chinatown a lot. They had a version of Times Square that was a little weird. We saw Death from Above at Edgefest. Great metal dance band. That was a really good show. It's rare you have expectations for a show and they're met. Yeah. So mine were totally met with that. And besides that, Niagara Falls is pretty much it. My good friend Jake drove the whole way. We got to experience going through that border. I've never done that before.
What's that like? I have no clue. I don't go anywhere.
They definitely treat you harder going from Canada to the U.S. than U.S. to Canada. So, they had some dogs out. They snap pictures of you as you're coming by. They definitely try to get you to say something as you're going through, but as long as you're cool and you keep your shades off and turn down the rap music.
Yeah.
you know how to play that game, right? So.
Yeah. Well, we're used to the States, so we know what's up with that.
No, it's true. Yeah. How about yourself? Anything over the weekend? Well, I was over Niagara Falls. You were?
I was sick.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I've been sick off and on for like a week now. And either way, I've just been like getting down on my shit work that I gotta do. Spent 4 hours storyboarding today. So, my eyes are bleeding. But when we get to what was in that last set of... Well, actually, first, I got the disclaimer.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Welcome to New Word Document radio program. My name is Troutski, and I'm the producer of this show. Things you will hear over the next hour represent the views of Troutski and Smasher and the people making them. All opinions and quotations in no way represent River West Radio and are the sole responsibility of the producer, guests, and callers. River West Radio is not liable for any of the stupid things that we say on this program.
Yeah, we are completely liable.
We really don't have much to announce this week. We do have the River West Public House Co-op event on Sunday of the same name as this radio station.
Next Sunday, not this Sunday, July 29th. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no cover. We asked for $3. Everyone should come out. We have Autumn Blaze as a feature. Autumn Blaze just released a new CD, and it's going to be good. It's going to be some good stuff.
Is it going to be blazing?
I don't think you'll need to bring a jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if next weekend's supposed to be like this weekend, that's especially a true statement.
I mean, I like the rain, but yesterday I went to Festa Italiana yesterday. I was looking to see some barrel-chested Italian boys, you know. Yeah. And sadly, all I got was...
I think that's a different festival you're thinking.
That's not Festa Italiana? People say I'm pronouncing it wrong, so...
You have to just say it like, Italiana. It doesn't matter if you're saying it right. It's just Italiana. You just got to add some pizzazz to it.
I'm going to Italiano for some meatball.
Like, I'm going to Festa Italiana.
Oh, Stereotypes brought to you by Trotsky and Smasher.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, MJ Cafe. That's something else we were mentioning, too. Yes. Spade One, who was just on one of the tracks.
Spade One, 69th and Brown Deer Road, north side of Milwaukee. That's a great cafe, too.
You and I have both already... Well, you got me on to do a track that I was on with you, which was very gracious of you. Thank you. That was a lot of fun.
One of the first, if not the first, of the open jams over there at MJ. Tuesdays, I think Starts early, like 7 or 8.
Really beautiful place
There's
too.
people there as early as 4 o'clock. You know, doing
Go
whatever.
out there.
Yeah,
Get
it's
some drinks,
open,
tip the
open
bartender.
and easy.
It's a really nice side of town. Really,
Tuesday,
yeah.
definitely worth it. I have not. Have I gone over the music yet? I don't.
No,
think I
you
have.
need to let us know what songs were played.
I do.
That was
need
good
to know
stuff.
that. We played quite a long block of music, which we're probably going to do tonight. Keep on the music tip.
Mm-hmm.
Got a lot of new stuff here. A lot of old stuff that I just had to play. But we started off with Northless, who will be our guest next week, with a song called Not Made for Existence, and that's off the Clandestine Abuse album. Following that up, we had the Brew City Banditos with Buddha Blessed. That's yours truly and Spade One. We premiered that last week. Hope you're enjoying that. Following that, we had Grizzler with Flipperty Flop off the Milwaukee 15 album, which was put out by DJ Puffin.
Oh, great title,
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
15, yes. And he will be the guest the following week with
Oh, I can't wait for that show
with
too, the Squeeze Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, because A, I'm gonna be
DJ
able to just sit
Puffin,
back and
Dan's
enjoy it,
buddy. Yep.
and then be like, yeah, Puffin's. He does great work. He has great selection. Knowing him, he's probably painstakingly selecting.
Yeah, and we'll be hitting on some of the styles tonight. I'll be bringing some Mojo Goro, Porno Uzi, some Claus Cousteau.
All right.
So we'll get into
stuff.
more of that, yeah.
Yeah.
But while we're talking about music, why don't we switch on over to some more music?
Okay.
We'll play Mudbog here by Super Swamper, who we do have an interview with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tyler, what is he, a guitarist?
Tyler Einberger. He plays a lot of things. Primarily, he's known for bass and
Bass
keyboards.
And keyboards, okay. On this by Super Swamper, and later on in the show we will have a segment with
Tyler Einberger.
Tyler
Yeah.
Einberger. All right, here it is though, Mudbog.
Super Swamper. Word Document presents extended interviews with Milwaukee artists and entrepreneurs. We seek to discover success with the creative process. This week's guest, author and musician, Tyler Einberger. Today, Tyler's going to talk to us about his bands and his upcoming novel. To start the interview, Tyler, could you talk to us a little bit about some of the bands you've been in?
Sure. I've been in bands since I've been a young child. I started off a band called 13 Stairs with a Z at the end.
Is there a reason for 13?
Yes. Well, it's a funny story. Me and my friend Nick, he was my best friend in middle school and elementary school. And one day in school, we were talking, and he brought up the idea of, have you heard about this new thing called hemp? Everyone's wearing these hemp bracelets and necklaces. And do you know where this comes from? I had no idea. And he explained to me this thing called marijuana, and that, if you smoke it, you'll become really good at music. He brought me down to the art room and showed me this stash of hemp that we were using for a basket project that we were working on.
And this is actual hemp? Regular hemp?
It was, yeah. It was completely legal. I'm pretty sure, unless this was fake hemp and we had no idea. Anyway, so we take about 2 feet of this hemp rope, we bring it back to his house, and we roll it up like joints that we've seen in movies. So we took some notebook paper and wrapped it around this hemp rope and taped it with Scotch tape.
Ouch.
And went out into his backyard, hid underneath the trampoline, and lit it up. And we smoked it. And then we puked. And then we walked up 13 stairs to his bedroom where we laid and puked more. And so that's where that band name came from.
So those were the 13 Stairs.
Those were the 13 Stairs.
Why the Z at the end?
The Z's were really cool at the time. Everyone was writing Z's at the end of all their words. So there was that band, and we were, a teenage pop punk band, trying to become rock stars or whatever people are when people listen to them on the radio.
How old were you? Was this a high school band?
Oh no, that was 6th grade through 8th grade. So, yeah.
Was this pretty rare? Were you the coolest kids in school? Were there a lot of bands?
No, there were a few of us. There were a lot of people who were trying to play music and be in bands at the time. So, it was kind of the thing to do, and which I can totally appreciate. And then that band we turned into a band called The Long Run, and then that died off, and I kind of took a break a while until I started college again. So.
Well, I don't know if we could go on.
Yeah.
Your next band?
Me and my really good friends, we started this 2-piece, just keyboards and drums, and just tried to rock out. And we played music around. We were called All Creatures, which is probably the most embarrassing band name.
I don't know, the long one? That was
Long Run? That was named after an Eagles song.
Oh man, even worse.
So there was All Creatures, which turned into a band called Solar Hit. And then we broke up, and then I joined a band here in Milwaukee called Busy Bodies. Played with them for a little bit. I played keyboards in that band. Stopped playing together, and
yeah, they broke up, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
A good band, yeah.
And then I started a band with 2 of my really good friends called Super Swamper, and I've been working on that since.
Are you recording right now? Are you playing shows? Where are you guys at right now?
Yeah, we're on sort of a hiatus right now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Bandcamp.
All right, Super
Swamper. You can just download it.
Yeah, Bandcamp. What'd you play?
I played, I fool around on a lot of instruments. My main instrument is, I started off on guitar, and then tried to teach myself piano and keyboard from that, which worked out pretty well. So I play bass in Super Swamper, and I played bass in a school band way back in middle school. Bass work.
You know, we've known each other for a while, and I know you have a multidisciplined approach to a lot of the things you do. I know you've worked in a lot of other mediums. Would you mind talking about your visual art, any other art you do? I know you also like to write. Could you perhaps guide us through that?
Yeah. I did a lot of visual art early on in my life, and I haven't done that since I graduated high school. But then I kind of moved on to writing, which goes hand in hand with music, so I thought, those two things would go together really well.
Do you mean songwriting, or?
Songwriting, yeah, I've been a songwriter ever since I started playing music. And, along with songwriting, I do play music that I don't write also, but write along too. Writing literature, I'm actually starting work on a novel pretty soon for a foundation down in Florida. I sent in a short story called The Man in the Chair to a foundation.
Great story, by the way. I've gotten to read it.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah, they liked it. They chose me as the winner for their competition, and so I get to, publish a book through them. So I have some time to work on that.
So how did you find out about this foundation?
I was looking online at different foundations to submit work to. I found one that had a cash prize, or what they said was a cash prize. So I said, why not try to win a competition, start building a resume and maybe some sort of starting a career out of it. And so I submitted work, and then it ended up working out for me.
Do you have any submission tips? I was always taught to submit as much as possible. Some people submit differently. Can you give any insight?
I'm not an ideal submitter. I don't pursue it as much as I should. What I've been told, and what professors have told me through the years and stuff, is you're supposed to submit as much as possible. Take all of the stuff you've written and submit it throughout all these different places. But what I do is I'll take one piece that I really like and maybe send it a couple of places, and then just kind of wait for it. And sometimes I'll get a really good feeling about it, and sometimes I'll just forget about it. But a lot of times it does work out for you if you do spend a lot of time on a piece and a lot of your heart on it. You can get it published.
Well, do you have any tips on, I don't know if you can talk about this at all, but your creative process, how you start to create,
Well, it's really hard for me to, start writing something or, come up with a really good idea. So kind of what I do is I'll start with a character. If I'm writing a story or something, I'll think of, an odd character that might have some weird things happen to them, and kind of start, generating ideas of how to build this person's character. And then kind of build the people around this person and how they're going to interact with them, and kind of make it, something that would likely happen in real life, but maybe a little bit exaggerated. And so that's how I start. And then from that, it's really easy for me to go on and keep writing the story.
How about stopping? How do you know when to stop a story?
That's a good question. Usually I stop when my fingers hurt from typing or my brain hurts from thinking.
I've always kind of felt like you let the piece tell you when to stop.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You let it tell you, when to stop. And I've never had a part in stopping anything that I've written.
Can you tell people some places they can find some of your writing where you've been published?
Yeah, I've been published on Brawler.com, or I think it's Brawlerlit.com. It's that Milwaukee-based literary website. I've also been published in 3AM magazine.
Online one, right?
Online. Yep, it's an online magazine.
Yeah, real good stuff.
It's based out of Australia or London, one of those two. And actually, that's it. Other than this novel that I'm working on, so it's.
I don't know how much you can talk about your work. Is it going to be the same title? Can you tell us about the novel, the story at all?
It's not going to be the same title. Well, that's not what I'm planning on. It might as well be. But yeah, I'm taking the character of the man in the chair, expanding on it. Yes. So that's also on the Brawler Lit webpage.
I know you're in Super Swamper, but do you have any other projects in the works?
I'm working on a solo project right now. It's purely MIDI keyboard, and it's called Mawah, and it's MAWAH, and so that's been the focus of all my attention musically right now.
You know, you're doing a lot of work, and it's always inspirational to see friends doing a lot of work. I've always find sometimes it's hard to stay motivated. Do you have any tips or advice that allowed you to be successful with staying motivated with these many projects?
Yeah, it's definitely hard to stay motivated. Yeah, I have no tips. I'm not wise in that area, but yeah. I don't know. It comes. You know, there's those days when, you know, maybe you have to call in sick to work because you feel motivated to do something else, or, you know,
whatever makes you motivated.
Smoke the hemp. Yeah. Some days it just comes to you. Some days it doesn't. And you know, as long as you want it, and as long as, you know, it's always in your thoughts, and, you know, it always bugs me because I know I should work on stuff more than I do. But I think as long as it does bug you, you know that, you know, the time will come when you are motivated to do it.
I often hate working under pressure, and you mentioned having this novel. Do you have any pressure to finish this novel? What is that process like for you right now? Will it be challenging?
You know, I imagine so. I have a little under 2 years to work on it, so I'm a really good procrastinator. So I don't know. I guess once it comes down to the wire, I probably will have to force myself to write some stuff, which is unfortunate. But you know, that's the beauty of a novel. You know, you can have many parts that can, you know, have so many great points and so many great images, and, you know, overall be a great story. And then there's always those points within any book that, you know, it's just a lull. You know, you're just kind of cruising through it.
Mm-hmm. And we really cruised through this interview. I'd really like to thank you so much for doing this. And ladies and gentlemen, Tyler Einberger, you can check him out a few places, busybodies.bandcamp.com. Sadly, they're no longer together, but we've got a lot of great music, electronica, sounding, experimental. You can check out his current band, Super Swamper, at superswamper.bandcamp.com. And to check out, for free, the short story that is going to be becoming a novel in about 2 years, The Man in the Chair, go to brawlerlit.com. Check the fiction section and look for Tyler Einberger. Tyler, thank you again so much. And next week, we look forward to premiering our next batch of interview segments. We'll be starting again with Sandra Boskamp, moving on to Fritz McBride, and then going on with former head of PJ, current mastermind, Francisco.
All right, that was a segment brought by you by Smasher. Thank you for that one.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thanks for letting us fit it on here.
I don't know if there's any little more information you want to interject.
Yeah. Tyler Einberger is the bass player in Super Swamper. We heard the track right before here. I forget what the track was titled, but we heard that. It led into the interview. Mudbog, thank you. Yeah, Super Mudbog. I love the titles. I also know his friend Pat in there, and yeah, they're from Appleton. A lot of bands that they've got some buzz around here, like Catacombs, Casey's from there. They all kind of know each other. So I was happy to finally have an outlet to play some of their music, some of the things I've enjoyed. We originally met actually in 8 in the morning creative writing class, though. And if there's a boring class, it's an 8 in the morning creative writing class, because no one wants to talk to anyone at 8 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Creative writing class. So
See,
we had a little bromance.
You take the freshman classes at 9 in the morning.
Oh, okay. That's the time, too?
There is no shortage of enthusiasm.
I'm surprised.
Wow. That's why you don't wait till you're 29 to take your freshman classes.
Oh, yeah. Note to self. Hey, I was 28.
It's like being in a beehive.
Are you saying that because they're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed sort of thing? Like, at 9 a.m. I had my espresso, you know?
No, they're hungover still, but they just have more enthusiasm than you or I would.
It reminds me of when Michael Shinners got upset that Sparks didn't contain any, what is it, you know,
Taurine.
Taurine or whatever.
Taurine, caffeine,
and
yeah.
B vitamins.
And he didn't realize it for weeks.
Even though he was chugging them down, and then he said,
still drinking
you know how many college students are going to be upset about this? Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, that was
But yeah,
great.
Tyler's a really talented guy. He plays a lot of instruments, and he's a published author, so it's great to talk to him and get
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So yeah, and hopefully we'll be hearing more from him in the future.
Definitely. Well, we got another 10 minutes or so. I think we'll rock out with a little music.
Excellent.
New Word Document. Not this weekend, but next weekend on the Sunday, July 29th, 7 p.m.
Autumn Blaze.
Autumn Blaze is the feature.
Gonna be great.
$3 or less.
Yeah, or
Whatever.
zero if you can't make, but yeah.
Well,
It all goes to the performers.
Come
So
on, you gotta be a better businessman. You could be like
just always
$3
like to be broke,
or
man.
$2.50 or $2 or $1.75 or
No,
whatever.
I feel you. You know, it's just I know what it's like to be broke. So you know, if you can't, you know, come on in. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun, and all the proceeds go to the performers. So it's not like, yeah, I mean, the public house is great with that. So
Excellent. Well, why don't we start off with a little more squee
Yes.
with some Claus Cousteau with Sweat and Judgment off the Milwaukee Volume 15 count. Milwaukee.
bottle, bottle.